38 or 4388. So this is the anti-tank gun configuration. So when these were made originally, they were, again, as a lot of people know the legend who study a little bit of history, but for those who may not know, the Pak-88 was the World War I/World War II anti-aircraft, meant for things like bombers or mass battery of basically flinging grape, flechette, explosive grape shot at airplanes and stuff that are armored. Because as people may not know, or you might not think, because airplanes have to be light to fly, airplanes do actually have some armor to them and can withstand small arms fire. It does take quite a bit, especially as they advanced throughout the war. They did get more and more advanced with safety, and there's multiple channels that fuel and stuff can go through to make sure the engine runs. So they could take a peppering. So they needed bigger guns and stuff. So the 88, or the Pak-43, 38 I think was the original one. Can't remember. But anyways, everyone knows that as the 88. The 88 was a response to that. But then throughout the war, as demand was meted, they kind of realized that they had something. This could actually run as an 88 on my tank. Who knows? For complex stuff. Anyways, I could put it on my King Tiger and make it look cool. Anyways, I get sidetracked. Anyway, so they figured out, hey, what if we pointed at the ground? And they were like, yeah, and if you put some solid steel in there, you can do some work. And thus, basically anything that could got upgunned to an 88, and they just mass produced it. It's basically the Bofors of England. And this is the ground armored shield version. So I believe this one loses the multi-purpose of the normal 88, but it has an armored shield, and it is also on a platform, so it is 360, but it does have a thick shield to it. So you lose that multi-purpose flak, howitzer, and anti-tank gun roll, but you get a pretty thick armored plate on it. You basically get an armor facing on this thing. So we're gonna open this up. This is a weird one because it's technically not a made to order on their website, but it kind of is at the same time. They have box art for it too. I just don't know why they gave me which is cool. They're web exclusive stuff sometimes, or they're like, if they ran out of a box or it's being pre-made and this is maybe one that they send up to people to try. They have these little ammo can boxes that they put their stuff in. It's pretty cool. So I feel something in here. Okay, so that's the gun and crew. Ooh, bases. Base. More bases. Those will be mine. Instruction manual. So again, this is supposed to be made to be in a box. I don't know why they didn't box it. Anyways, let's get right into here before we take a look at the instruction manual. So again, just like the vehicle, carded stuff. It's slightly bent, but I can't fault them for that. It's a card. It was placed in there. But here we go. This is what it looks like when it is painted. Let me focus for you guys. Ooh. So here we go. This is the ground version. I always thought it looked sick. So this is basically the version that they were putting in tanks. That's why, for some of those who might know the Tiger or the King Tiger, why this gun barrel looks familiar, it's the Tiger gun barrel. And it was used in mid to late war. So I probably use this for my here. I don't build them for Fall of Berlin and stuff. But there was a lot of these used in I think they were, again, a lot of it was made in the Eastern Front. And here we go, we have its stats, faction it's for, special rules. It's a team weapon, it's fixed, it's got a gun shield. It's a 5-man, unlike the normal howitzer or 88 where it's a 8-man team. This is a 5-man team. It's a super heavy at 84 inches, one shot, pen +7, and HE of 3. and it is also quite a bit less points too than the regular Pak 88. You'd think this would have like maybe a gun shield of +3, so maybe an armor value of 3 or something, but you know. Anywho, or maybe it ignores thing like HE and stuff. Whoever, who knows. Anyways, we have the gun booklet here. There we go. We have the booklet here. Assembly guide. This is 43, fits all parts, blah 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 blah. So, dual purpose, allied armor. Used for 88 calibers were utilized in many ways. Tiger 1, Tiger 2, yep. And the elephant. Because these were smaller than the 88s, the 43 was one of the most effective anti-tank guns. So yeah, so it was basically a smaller version, more portable version, and more anti-tank role of the Pak 88, which basically in the 88, a lot of people run because one, it's in plastic, and every game store that carries Warlord game products carries one of these, carries one. They also have a bunch of different, they have one for every theater now with all models to match it. And it's just a good gun. It's the gun I recommend anyone who's playing Germans, if you don't get it already in your starter box, highly recommend picking up a Pak 88 and the cheapest half track you can get, because then you can just call that the other one. But anyways, you get that so you can pull your weapon. Because as of now, in the recent FAQ, you can, if you have a gun team that starts off the board for purposes of the mission, you get one free movement with it on its first turn of coming in to set up. Still following the same rules as if it was, being pushed. So it only gets a 6-inch move, but it gets that free sort of setup period. It can be deployed on the board for free basically after that first turn, but once it's done its movement, it's stuck there forever until you get a pull. And because these are basically heavy artillery pieces, you need at least for the Pak 88, the plastic one, you need their special half-track vehicle that can tow it. But that would be the vehicle I get. Get the one that's the bundle that comes with the tow plus the gun, because that vehicle that comes with it can tow it. Horses also just recently got updated again, so horses can pull all vehicles again, or pull all tows again. So thank goodness they fixed that. Anyways, there's two versions. This model is based on that made by Rheinmetall, which is cruciformed mount was nicknamed Barn Door due to its large gun shield. Over 2,000 of these were made from 43 to 45. So yeah, here we go. Basic instructions. It's metal, so basically wash all your parts. Just dip them in room water, let them dry, and then glue them. So we're gonna get into the pieces here. I do have a large base that this can fit on. If you excuse me for one moment, I gotta blow my... Anywho. Let us continue. I'm back, so we get the card. Card goes to the other card. Save these foam pieces. They're really good because I use them for stippling and ground effects. And I'll give them to my friends too. Or if I need to pack models for people when I paint them and stuff, I have the foam. Anyways, looking at the first container. This is their generic container that they use for all their metal and resin kits. Which, good news, Warlord Open World, if you guys are a huge Conflict fan like I am, let me straighten out this barrel as I speak. They announced that there is going to be new plastic kits coming out for Conflict. So we are going to see some old kits get revamped, and I'm really hoping at least all the light mechs from each faction get plastic, and that the the British Grenadiers get plastic kit, the Daughters of Russia get a plastic kit, and that maybe even the zombies get plastic kits. At least as the first starters. The heavy armor, basically you want everything in plastic, but each of those like special units should get a plastic kit from each faction plus their mech. If not, all the armored units should get, you know, plastics. I'm just seeing something here quickly. Don't do what I'm doing. It is very much dangerous. Alright, so it is pretty thick, but they do drill pre-dent in the hole here, so we can drill that out when we build this. So we have the barrel here. Move this out of the way so we can lay it out for you. We have a barrel. And zoom. There we go. Barrel. We have some sort of the window for the gun. Crewman 1. He looks like just a basic dude in a coat. So generic for basically any theater. Could be winter. Another loader dude. Looks like these are just the here Gaboyos for the normal pack 88. Yeah, loader. Loader. Pull these guys up so you can see them. You have a guy with ammo storage box, and again, all these storage boxes and stuff back in the day were made of wood. So imagine working at a factory for like 5 hours in the day just for one of these boxes to have one round in it and then get tossed away instantly. I would like to get a weapon and a weapons crate from back in the day just to have it as a locker to put my models in. But here we have the gate. As you can see here, how it's kind of matte but it's glossy. This is the mold release ancient that's on here. As you can kind of almost see it, I'm kind of rubbing it off. But and as I was saying this, dipping it in and you'll feel it too. Dipping it in water basically. Just get my dirty, filthy water here. And whoop. And as you can see, just by dipping it, it's a lot less matte, it's more glossy. I might be able to clean it off a little better here. Some rubbing alcohol. It's like washing things with water, except for more sanitary and less wet. But anyways, way more shiny now. We have the Z Gunner. We're using a seated position, so he'll just sit on the chair in the gun. And then, forgive me as there's gremlins playing outside. Don't know whose gremlins those are. And screaming out and about. There we go. But I have to use the fan now, which kind of sucks. And parts, little pieces I don't want to pull out. You have the gun breech. So you can see this thing is massive. Basically looks like an end piece for a mech from Warhammer. Anyways, gun breech, and then we have our little bits and bobs here. These are the like gears, the sights, the pistons for the pneumatic pressure system that holds it up and down. Move that out of the way. Then we open up box 2, which theoretically all of these could just fit in one box. I don't know why they used 2, but I'm not going to question it. They do it for a reason. We have our cross section, the big main piece. I'll zoom out. We have the big cross piece here. In all metal. Pedals or stompers for them so they can stand on ground. The tow hook that glues to it for one side. That basically goes into a hole there. And wheel. Got some wheels for the lumbar system that pulls this thing when it's built. So you can build it either on its pulley being pulled. Here's the mantlet that holds the gun. That sits right there. And then the parts, the wheels, and of course more little bits for that. I'll get zoomed in so you guys can kind of see the parts better. Yeah, so we have the mount that the gun breech goes on, the shocks for the tires, I think I'm going to build this with the tires on. I think I'm going to build this with the tires on. Like it just got pulled and it's about to get dropped off. And that's why people are kind of like running around and stuff. Because I do have some others that are running around. Yeah, it kind of just fits together. Nice part about being metal is you can, you know, squeeze fit things. But yeah, massive gun shield. And they don't give you any basis for this because it expects it just to sit on your table. That's pretty big. Yeah, and there's holes in the bottom here that you can see to mount those tires and stuff if you want to do either. If not, you can build the tire mounts to be on the side of as terrain pieces. But yeah, that's the Pak 43 ground version anti-tank gun roll. So I'm going to pack this back up, and then when we come back, we're going to get to work on the rampant model here. But yeah, I think I'm just going to pack all of it into one box. And breech goes in there, goes in there, tires go in there. Part of the gun, part of the crew. Gun shield, crew. Well, these do make good if you want to carry bits or mix paints and stuff. Good washers. Some spare shells. Spare ammo box. Another spare ammo box. Spare round. And the gun sights. Cannot forget that. Gun sight. Okay. So far we got some trash. Ooh, don't crunch that. There you go. Wow. Clean up our trash that's just kind of on the floor. Bag flew away, that's why. Yes, sir, we have a trash bag, but it's gone. Bag took it. let us get to it. Before I even get to today's sponsor, no. I'm not sponsored. And I don't plan to ever be. We're just going to base these guys quickly. There's 2 left, which I can put away into the thing. But anyways, we're going to attach these guys to bases. Hey, baby girl. The cat is with me. She is in her little bed. First guy we're going to get is going to be the Sargente. We're just going to clip, flick, and clip. Wingardium Leviosa. Basically just cutting all the extra metal that's part of the molding process off around his feet. I, for one, am very much a person that likes to cut them off. I know a lot of people just leave them on and they build around it to make it look like they're standing on top of dirt and stuff. But I like that. I like having it not that. Break some off, some of that. Attach this arm. Come on. Dry enough I can get the accelerator at least. There we go. There we go. This is the NCO. Yeah, she's been fed. There we go. But Solaritor spray. This is heavy. There we go. And if you need somebody who smelts metal and stuff, you could smelt this to make more casting. Next. Oh, anyways. Careful not to cut too much of the boots off. Lighting is weird. Let's do that one. I literally have the light right over it. Maybe some movie nerds can tell me why. Next part. This guy has a bunch of pointy stuff on his feet. Boom. Huzzah. Well, it is about that hour mark, so hopefully those who are stopping by, hello, as I just cut something and it goes flying off into the distance. I am here with some models, as you can see one right here. We're just after our convention that we went to and recorded. The video for it is in the link on the chat on the side there. Just delete the seconds on it. For some reason it copied seconds. Just start from the beginning. But anywho, we have that. Feel free to check that out, see some cool stuff and all the cosplay pictures I've taken. And yeah, a little slideshow about it. After that, we are basically doing post-con stuff. I feel like I need to get something done, because normally weekend I do things. But yeah, so we're getting this done. I got some models that came with bases, so I'm just using those bases for these guys I built recently. And I'll do a review on the British armored, heavy armored units. Kind of like a cool mix of the Mark I Russian heavy armor and the American heavy armor. Anyway, so we're just quickly doing that. We also have a poll on the side. You can vote which game I'll play after I'm done building models. And next weekend we will continue our quest for Apex. Working on everything else as a part of the board game. So we finished the models. We're now working on the cards and the terrain, which I bought a bunch of foam board for, so it should be interesting. Click the video. Click it. Click the video. You know you want to. Click it.